we left the lights on in the barn. But look, isn't that nice? This was a really nice hangout last night. I just love that these showings of Rooted have created so much community. I didn't see that coming necessarily. No, I didn't see that coming. There's something really special about how a movie can bring people together for a little while and you laugh and you cry together. And this was only a 20-minute show. So afterwards, I mean, these are in rows, but we circled them up and had a nice discussion about our fears and facing them and becoming brave, because that's what the episode was about. It was really good. Turn these lights off. Wait, I unplugged it, only turned off one. It's this one too. Okay. Guys, I think we can repeat what we had here with our live premiere with friends and family. I think we can, well, I know we can. We can mimic that and do that online. And let's do it with all you guys. Absolutely no cost. Let's view that movie together and have a nice discussion afterwards. April 28th, 6 p.m. Eastern. Link down for that in the description. We're in a bit of a hurry this morning because the kids actually surprised me and did all the chores. Every single chore. They ended up milking early, like 7. So I don't want it to get too far spaced out. So I want to make sure I'm milking, I don't know, it's 7:50 by 8:30, no, the latest.
I already did the little chickies.
Oh, the little chicks, how they doing?
Good. There might be a dead chick underneath the heater, but I don't know.
How many have died so far?
Probably about 8.
Okay. We've had 8 die?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. We had 2 die on delivery. I think 3 died that first day, which is a little more than
And then 3
usual.
died yesterday.
Oh, did they? Well, that's 8. But it looks like that's tapered off.
Now
So we'll
none
take
are
it.
dying. Wait, I think
8%.
there might be a dead one under that, or they're just sleeping.
Okay, can they get under the brooder? They all look happy.
Yeah, they can, but they don't want to, because
Okay.
it's warmer out here.
All right. Are these the dead ones that you picked out today?
No, yesterday.
Oh, okay. We don't want to waste them. Pig food. I'm trying to see out there if they've string trimmed for today's paddock. I don't know if they have. What are you working on?
The little pigs.
It's just Lily and I today. Just Lily and I. String trimmer parts. We're missing our little, I don't know, what do you call that? Ring? And it causes the string trimmer to vibrate. Ding! Let's hope it works. I don't see why that's not gonna work. String trimmer line through our tall grass so we can lay out our fence and it won't ground out too much. Wow, okay, we're ready to go. I got the grain for the pasture posse. I got the milking stuff. You think we're ready, Bird? Okay. We got it string trimmed. I realized we should probably get hay because the boys probably didn't do hay yesterday. Did you guys do hay yesterday? Okay. Why are we doing hay in the spring when the grass is so lush and green? Well, because the grass is so lush and green. I don't know, they're coming from eating hay all the time to this green grass. I don't know, just get a little diarrhea. This helps with it a little bit. That's my mentor, Joel Salatin. What do you do? Because there is a possibility of what you call pasture bloat. And he does the same thing, you know, he winters his cows and then lets them out in the spring. He doesn't really do anything for it. He says, really, that only gonna happen if they're hungry. They haven't had any food, period. And then they go and just gorge themselves on really green grass.
I want to bake today.
What do you want to bake?
Blueberry muffins.
Okay. I bet Mom would like that.
Yeah.
The boys, incidentally, are spending night at the Hollers. That was different for me last night because both of them left. That was weird. I think that was like their first time, like to a friend, like they've been to Grandma's or Roon, and you know, that's kind of across the street. That's their first time away, and I think I'm realizing, it helped me realize this time is so close to be over. I mean, I know it's years until they're officially grown up and stuff, but what I mean by that is it's going by fast. Some old friends visited yesterday, And we made this point, we made this realization. I'm closer to being a grandpa than I am 25 years old. But it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like I was just 25. Like we just had babies.
I don't think I'm growing up sad.
Well, I know it doesn't feel like that when you're a kid, does it? Something really cool happened yesterday. I slept in. Well, I mean, not too terribly in, but when I woke up, or the kids came and woke me up, it was about 7:30. They said, "Pop, you gotta get up. We did the little animals. It's time to milk." And I was pleased that they did the little animals. Gave me that break. Sometimes I give them a break. It's kind of like, it's almost like a game in our family now. We see who can get up early on Saturday, our off day, and do the chores for the other person. It's kind of sweet now that I think about it. But then we get into this game, we want to trick them. And they said, "Hey, you know, we did the little animals, we got to go milk." And I started to stir and they said, "Just kidding, we milked." I said, "What?" Of course, I was so excited and thanked them. But then I immediately went into the checklist. Hey, you know, did you get them their water? Did you turn the fence back on? Did you, and of course there was one thing in there, but you know, I didn't give them a hard time. I just said, "Okay, yeah, I mean, you did good. I'll go do it." But it did go down that checklist. And I reckon that's all right. And then an old friend, mentor, Seth Barnes, like we hadn't seen him for 12 years, dropped by. He doesn't have a farming background, but you don't need to have a farming background to be like he was, and totally impressed when I told him, "Hey, you know what, sorry, we were gonna do the chores together." That was the idea. He was gonna come and kind of get in that farm experience tour, and I said, "You know what, we were gonna do the chores together." But the kids surprised me and did it themselves. Hey, why did y'all do that?
Do what?
Surprised me with the chores yesterday. You did it too. I heard you're the one that woke them up.
Well, I wanted to give you a break because last time you didn't get us a break.
Aw.
So after I woke up really early in the morning, I woke up the boys.
Aw, thank you. Thank you. That was sweet of you. Seth could tell I was proud of the kids. I mean, he said something about it. I don't know if he said it to Rebecca, you know, or he could tell that we're really proud of them or something. So, you know, I was proud of them and that was good. And now we're gonna know I'm proud of them. It was probably a dead giveaway when it was like the first thing I told him, and he could just, I probably had the biggest smile on my face. Like, this is the greatest problem in the world to have. Is your kids sneak and do the chores for you when you're supposed to give a tour. We had the Rooted premiere party yesterday, and so our friends are here. We're telling them. When we told Brianna, she's always so insightful and thoughtful. She said, "Oh, you must have just," and she's romantic, you know, "you must have just," I forget what she said, but "you must have just leapt for joy," or just really had this celebration. And I thought, well, I kind of went through a checklist. They told me they did the chores and I jumped right to the checklist. I mean, we had to get to the checklist. But I felt like maybe I'd handled that situation wrong. I told Rebecca, I said, "You know, I think I handled that wrong this morning." And she said, "Oh, they're resilient, they'll forgive you." I guess I did handle that wrong. Maybe I was thinking she might say, "Oh no, you did fine." We had a little, we celebrated them greatly. Lily, were we excited when you came to us and told us you did chores?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened after you told us?
We went back out and watched Star Wars.
Okay. All right, maybe I'm all right. Or maybe Rebecca's right and kids are resilient. They don't remember that I went through the checklist.
I remember it, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay, good. Okay, well maybe I'm all right, maybe I'm all right. But that's not the point of why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because I felt that inclination, and you know what I did? And I'm not bragging. I did what Seth Barnes encouraged us so long ago to do with our children, and that's have our open conversation. Have our children express their feelings to us, express to us when we've hurt their feelings or whatever. None of them were doing that in this case, but it's this whole idea of this open, communicative attitude. And I'll say this, my dad, he never apologized to me. Well, there was this one time that we really got into it once, and I was pretty much like, "You never apologize." It was ugly. He did. He apologized, but it was pulling teeth. Big kudos to my dad for doing that when asked and confronted on it. I mean, that was very sweet of him. Rest his soul. Lily, there's a huge gap right here.
Yeah.
Huge. We've got to put the cows over here today, but we can't have that gap. Oh my goodness, we're getting behind.
Papa, we need to get a problem into a solution.
How do we do that?
Let's see.
Little permaculturalist here.
Get a 50-foot fence and put it there. That fence can go over here.
Ah, this is what I did. When I saw each kid, after having these feelings, I said, hey, I gave him a hug. I said, look, I think I made a mistake in handling that this morning. I feel like I went straight into the checklist and I should have been a little bit more celebratory. And they're all like, okay. I think our solution down there, Lily, is a 50-foot net.
Yeah.
What do you think? So the point of this story is, parents, you're not perfect. Kids, and kind of fortunately and unfortunately, kids are really resilient. So you might not notice. We forgot the alfalfa at the house. Sally's already down here. It's just gonna be easier to walk and try to get her through all these nets. But I could be wrong, but I think what happens when you apologize to your kids is it says, you know what, I'm not perfect. Otherwise, you know, kids are growing up. They get in a lot of trouble. They're just learning things. You have to correct them and teach them every single thing. So then at some point, I think it balances out the relationship when you say, hey, I make mistakes too. And it's not just you. You're not the only one. See what's happening there, I think? When kids are young, it's like the parents can do no wrong. I can remember coming of age and finally realizing, hey, wait, my parents aren't perfect. I guess I just want to beat my kids to the chase. Say, hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. So don't really feel so bad that you're not perfect. And you're not a disappointment, because I think that's what it comes down to. They just want to please us. And if they feel like we're always disappointed in them and we're these perfect people, then that's gotta be damaging to the relationship. I have a challenge for all us parents. Go and say, I'm sorry. I got a big climb for Sally today. I hope that's not too steep and too slippery. Did you hook it up?
No.
Okay,
It's on the wrong side.
we'll have to disconnect it from that side and put it down here. We're gonna put it in full drive. We're gonna keep a steady speed. Hopefully get up this hill without having to stop. Cheep, 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 cheep. Cheep, 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 cheep. That right there, that's what I'm excited about this morning. This paddock I knew the sheep would love, because look at all the brambles. Look, and they go right to it. Cows showed no interest, and they're right in there, getting all kinds of good stuff. I saved the big pigs for last, because really if they're hungry, they've got corn in the deep bedding they can get. Every day a little more progress out here. Meanwhile, inside, Mama you loaded the dishes?
Yeah.
We're still catching up on the party?
Yes.
Lily wants to make blueberry muffins. Baby Henry's asleep. Baby Teddy's asleep. From all those 6 chickens we served last night, broth. It's been going all night. We'll pull that off this evening. I'm a terrible cook.
You're not a terrible cook.
I
You're
am.
inexperienced.
She's having to take over.
You're inexperienced, honey.
Look, I can't even put it in the muffin
It's hard to do that.
It's a mess.
Honey, I have made so many muffins
Yeah.
in my lifetime.
Well,
That's why I know how to do this.
that's why I do the Burn It Up cooking show, because they don't say that in the instructions, that it's going to be hard and it's going to look ugly
Just
at first.
Does mine look hard and ugly?
There's no like tips. They expect me to know these things. So you're making this look a lot better.
Okay, so
That's weird.
one, I would have used a fork maybe of this size. See, the tines
Yeah.
are a little bit
See?
bigger.
See?
It's okay. You're learning, Justin. It's okay. I would like to point out that Justin actually never cooked until I was pregnant with Lily, because when
I'm terrible.
No, because I always cooked, but when I got pregnant with Lily, we had children that he had to cook dinner for, but I couldn't cook because I was so sick with morning sickness. And so that's when we were like, you know how to cook. Like, this is not,
I know how to read. If you can
So-
read, you can cook. That's the motto of the Burn It Up Cooking Show. You can follow the instructions. You got another tip for me, babe?
yeah, so
Oh my.
you just do that. You can,
Oh my.
You can, well,
It
that,
flattens it out, doesn't it, Miss Thing?
yeah, it does. So it just makes it a little bit easier to work with.
I wanted to do this for you, Lily. I wanted to do this. Oh,
And for
see
Mama.
that smile. And for Mom, for sure, for Mom. Do you know I'm not perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, good. How do you know that?
Cause a lot of things.
A lot of things. Yeah, like what?
Let's see. I don't know.
Okay, good.
But you're a pretty good dad.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Because I'm not perfect. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and I'm not perfect either.
That's right. I'm sorry for anything that I've done that's wrong.
Nobody's perfect.
That's right. Wisdom from Lily. There's your reward for cooking.
I was gonna say, because I would never have left that much in the bowl.
Oh my gosh, here we go. And Mama would have never let you lick the bowl.
No, because there wouldn't have been
I think
anything left in there.
I think that's a pet peeve of hers. Maybe because they'd have to be such scroungers to get anything you've left.
Yeah, because I like clean that bowl.
Okay, Miss Thing. Here's another pet peeve I have with
See that?
instructions.
See, you get it. You got it.
Why do they say preheat the oven and then it takes like 45 minutes to make all this stuff?
Because it does.
They need to put preheat the oven like right here somewhere. Somewhere in like 3/4 of the way through this
it
ensemble.
doesn't take other people so long.
Let's put it in there. Boom. Here are the muffins out. I still pulled it off, even though I might not be great. You guys enjoy.
Thank you. I will.
Yay. Was it worth it, Rebecca? You good?
Very good.
What about you, Lily? Was it worth it? You and I made it.
I haven't eaten it yet.
Well, you know what? We made memories.
Huh?
And if you like the taste, that's just the icing on top of the memory. You like it?